This is Jordan Riddles here telling you that I have passed 200 YouTube subscribers, and I want to thank each and every single one of you for that. I really appreciate it, and it does mean a lot to me. So just today, I passed 200 subscribers once one of my friends subscribed to me on my school bus. So now I'm at 200 subscribers, and for my 200 subscribers special, I'm not going to do too much because I'm going to do a special for 100,000 views. Or I'm going to do a Q&A. You can submit question and answers on my website. But for this video, I did want to do a special. And I'm really motivated because I passed 200 subscribers. So I decided to tell you the history of my channel from the very beginning to where we are now. Website included. So the way I found my channel was it was December 15th, 2020. I'm really good at remembering dates, so I remember that date. And I was on my phone, and I was considering saving up for an iPhone 12. And I noticed there was this augmented reality tool on the Apple website for their products. So I decided to do a screen recording of the model, and I posted that to my YouTube channel, and I wasn't really intending to continue on with YouTube because initially I started a channel in March 2020 and I filmed videos, but they weren't as professional. I used my voice. When I came back, I didn't really like how my voice sounded in the previous videos, so I just decided to not talk in my new videos, but in this one, in my first video, I wasn't intending to continue on. I just uploaded it for the fun of it. I uploaded a few ones similar to that the same night. But then I found out I was kind of interested in it, doing videos. So I continued on for some other ones. And my videos got my most popular one. I remember checking, it had like 8 views, most of which were probably from my family or from me watching my video. So I was happy about that. But that wasn't really what pushed me on. I was just interested in making videos. So by December 19th, 2020, I started uploading a lot. I uploaded like 20 videos in the same day of the comparison for Apple products page of iPhones on the Apple website. So I continued to do that. And it was at that point that I realized I wanted to continue on with YouTube, and I liked it, and I was going to do that regularly. So I continued on, and by December 20th, I wanted to get my channel going. So I decided to do a video. It was going to be iPod Touch 4 in 2021. And I was going to buy a brand new sealed one. I'll talk about that in a second. And I was going to do a review on it, and I was going to make it as good as I knew, as good as what I knew how to do. And that's what I did. And on December 26th, 2020, the iPod arrived, and I unboxed it. And surprise, surprise, I bought it for $60. It was an iPod Touch 4. And it was resealed. But even though it was resealed, I was still happy. I was glad I was able to at least unbox one. I was able to do a cool video for that. So on December 27, 2020, I made that video. I already started slides on like December 20th, 2020. But I didn't have the video footage ready until December 27th, so I just mashed it up, uploaded it. And at first it didn't get too many views. But then it went up, and by January 2021, it had like 200 views. And at that point, I had like in between 6 and 15 subscribers. I had like only 2 regular viewers. And that's when it passed 200 views, so that was big for me. And I think that was part of what kickstarted my channel and got me those initial subscribers. But around December 25th or December 26th, 2020, I got my first subscriber. Then on January 8th, 2021, I got another subscriber, the iTunes fanboy, who still watches my channel to this day. And I watch his channel, and his videos are pretty cool, so I recommend you check them out on YouTube. But that was like my second and first consistent viewer. And I was really motivated at this point, and I decided to do a series where I talked about the Flappy Bird mobile game, and that went over decent, and glad I was able to do that. And by January the 16th, 2021, I didn't really have a consistent way of making videos, and I was kind of having a poor day. I didn't really know what I wanted to make. So what I did was I rode around my neighborhood on my bike, and that made my day. So I decided, and I was so motivated because by that I decided to make a bunch of videos, and I was going to make one and schedule one to upload each day. Whereas currently I made like 5 videos a day and uploaded whenever I finished them. So I decided to schedule them for the future, and I could do daily uploads. So that was what I did. So I continued to work on that. And by January 10, 2021, I purchased an iPhone 3GS that was jailbroken. So I got a few good videos once I arrived on January 16th. So that day, it went from kind of, I don't know what to do today, I'm bored, to, oh my god, I got a new phone in the mail, and I'm really motivated to make a bunch of new videos. At that point, I knew I was going to do YouTube for a while. And it went over well. By February 2021, somebody gave me a shout out at the very end of January that year. And that got me to like 30 subscribers, and I got a subscriber, then another one like 15 minutes later. And by January 31st, 2021, I broke my record of most subscribers achieved in one day, which was like 15. So that got my channel going well. By February, it was kind of like January, but a different month. By March, not too much had changed, but I started to have like a frequent schedule. I had stopped doing daily videos at that point because I didn't really have time in my day for that. And something I do is I respond to all comments because I'm still small enough to be able to do that. And it does help your viewers that they feel like they're being recognized by you responding to the comments, which they are. So that's what I do. I like responding to comments. I don't like responding to hate comments. If you're going to hate on me, I'm just going to delete you. It doesn't really hurt me at all. But I don't get hate comments that often. I get more positive comments than hate comments. My hate comments are, I'd say, less than 1% of all the comments I respond to. I haven't had a hate comment since the beginning of this year, I don't think. But by February, nothing changed. By March is where I'm at right now in the story. It was going good. I had a bunch of videos, and it was March 30th that day specifically. And I was in a 7-Eleven parking lot, and I got an idea to do a Google site for my YouTube channel. And I knew what Google Sites was because in 3rd grade, some of my friends used it to create websites, so I decided to make a website for my YouTube channel, which was https://www.sites.google.com/view/iPhone-fan/home was my first website, and I intended it to promote my channel. In the first one, you could access my YouTube, you could access my Instagram, you could access my current video, and you could access, and you could see a sneak peek of future videos. And that was it. I promised myself, I knew that I was going to add more in the future, which is what I do now. I add a lot of content to my website, and I like to do that. And that was going good, and by April, I remember I'd update it an hour, 2 hours later, I'd update it because I added a bit more content. But it was April, and I had a lot of content, and it was kind of a messy homepage. So I decided to and version 1.1 of my website, I can't believe it was so long ago, I decided to add multiple pages, 4 of them. And, oh boy, that was a good idea. I moved the pages to separate websites because I didn't think you could add pages to a Google site other than linking to another website. So that was what I did, but then I was searching around other Google sites and I realized, yeah, this looks like nothing like my implementation. So I went to the Google Sites help and I realized you can add multiple pages and I learned how to. So that was version 1.2. And that was a good release. I added more pages. Actually, I didn't really add more. I just added them to Insight, and I added a new versions page to keep track of the version history. And I actually got inspiration by that because iTunes Fanboy on his site, I saw his implementation version history and decided I was inspired to make my own version history page that I think I called version history initially. And that was a feature in 1.2 that I added. And back to YouTube, that was continually going well. In April, it was going even better. I had more skills for making videos. And then it was May. I was still making videos. I had even more skills than before. And at the end of May 28th, 2021, I was doing a regular run-of-the-mill website update. And I was on the channel rules page, I think it was, and I made a more compact design for that page, and I realized, why don't I do this for the entire site? And that was what I did. I changed the theme to have a lighter font. I moved content to page headers. I organized everything. I didn't make it infinite scrolling. And I just made it, and that was 2.0 of my website. What I was initially planning on was like going to, for each major version, like 1.1 and 1.2, that's a major version, I was going to do 1.1.9, then I could go on, and then I'd end 1.2 with 1.2.9, then I'd end 1.3 with 1.3.9. In the one version, it would go, my plan was to go up to like 1.9, and I could have then version 1.9.9. And I never went through with that because that's just totally forever for my site. Then to June. That's when I did a voice reveal for the first time. Because the iTunes Fanboy, I watched his videos and he had his voice. He didn't get haters in the comments. And that motivated me to decide to do voiceovers for my videos. So I really want to thank the iTunes Fanboy for inspiring me to use my voice in my videos. You inspired me a lot for my videos. In June, I launched a new series called My Phone How To. It was basically, I'm going to admit this for the boomers who don't know anything about technology that try to Google search into Word documents. I was intending this series for those people. They could get iPhone tutorials. And that series was a good idea. I started to get about 100 views about was the most I could, the least I'd usually get for those YouTube shorts. So that was a good idea. And by June, it was like June 23rd. And at this point, I'd focused a lot on my website because I like to do that. It's fun to add content to it and update it. So I wanted to add ads to it to monetize it. Something I'm still trying to do, trying to monetize it, not with ads. And I realized Google Sites didn't have ads, so I had to move. So I had to try to find another website builder, and the problem was a lot of them, they didn't match my design standards in the Google site. I wanted something that looked like the Google site. and I could change it that way. So I couldn't find one, so I kind of quit on that project after like an hour. Then by July 2021, YouTube, I hadn't done anything, but my website was what I was shifting a lot of focus to. I remember one time I was in my basement. I just got this idea for my website. What if you could just click on icons to access pages? And that was what I did. That was like July 7th. And meanwhile, on that, I was doing a challenge where I'd use the first generation iPhone for a week. So I got that idea, so I couldn't really do it instantly. So by July 8th, 2021, I did nothing, really, because I was just getting back to my normal technology. So I did other things, but by July 9th, I came back to my idea and decided to do it. And I started icons by adding images to represent each page in the icon, and I'd put the title below it. And I tried to do that, and that implementation was terrible. I ended up with uneven columns, because some of the lines, the page names are longer than others, and that would really affect it. So I decided to add text to start icons, and I renamed the new homepage where you could click on icons to start, because I'm not gonna lie, I got inspiration from the Windows 8 start screen, which is how I got the idea for like those tiles. I was gonna try to do the shape of like iOS icons, but I couldn't do that, so I used circles. And the color, I had a solid cyan color for each one, but since it was circle, I had to take a square screenshot of it. So if I wanted to change the background, it would look really bad. So I decided to make icons squares and make them colorful, which is what I did. So I was able to finalize that and release it. By the end of July 2021, back to the channel, I did some channel updates where I announced some updates to the channel. August, I continued to, it was still going good by August. I was still uploading videos and everything. In my website, meanwhile, I had to do this thing in July where I took down all of my videos, I privated them, and I had to look for times where I revealed my personal information so I could clip it out or keep the video private, because I realized I had to do that with all my videos I had. So that included my site, taking it down and go through that, and that was what I did with 3.1. I was considering either the last version of 3.0 or the least updated version of my site. I reached 3.0.3, and I had to take it down because of personal info reveals. So what I was going to do was I was going to take it down, take out all the personal information, and we'll re-release 3.0 as like 3.0.4. But I decided that was an opportunity to improve it with 3.1, which is what I did. 3.1 was a massive improvement. That evolved the site, added new features, new content. I changed the horrible background of the start icon section, the start page, to the iOS 6 wallpaper, which is what I use on a lot of pages on my website, or I used to. And for the channel, I continue to upload, and it was September 2021. It was September 4th. It was the same day I started working on my series called Traveling the Store, where I did a video about YouTube Shorts. That was also something that came out at this time. It was only available for mobile phones, and I found a trick to get it to work on iPads. So I did a video, and I was expecting that video to get like 20 views at most. But that video, it totally blew up. It's my most popular video. It's called How to Access YouTube Shorts on iPad. It started out, I remember within the first 24 hours, it got 26 views, which is very good for me within 24 hours. And then 48 hours, it was at 200 something. I didn't really notice. I was just like, oh, it's going to stay at 200. That's cool that it got that many. and it continued to go up. By September 18th, I had like 400 something. And I remember it was around September 21st or 22nd, I realized this video was going big. It was at 500. Then I'd come back from school and be at like 700. And meanwhile, I was getting like a bunch of subscribers. And this was the best. And by September 25th, 2021, it became my second video ever to pass 1,000 views. In October 2021, it became my most popular video, and it continued to slowly climb up, but its growth slowed. By November 2021, it had 10,000. By January 2022, it had 20,000. And it's currently at 27,000. It's stuck because YouTube added it officially now, so nobody needs this video anymore, but it still is my most popular video. And I am excited to see which video becomes the new most popular. Hopefully I can make a video that'll outgrow that, but I will eventually. And back to the website. Like I said earlier, I was putting a lot of focus into my website because I enjoyed updating it. Graphic design is kind of what I label as my interests, because I like to graphic design. So my site, that was what I was doing. It was September 12th, remember earlier I told you about the project was going to change my website to a new builder? Well, I decided to bring that up so I could monetize my site with ads. And I couldn't find a good one. I was challenged. By September 13th, I decided on Weebly. It behaved normally. It wasn't annoying. It did do something stupid. It did do something stupid with the content, like have horrible, ugly scrolling animations and making it hard to scroll through and giant elements. Weebly didn't do that. It allowed me to do things the way I wanted to. It was focused on content. And now when I go back to Google Sites, I can't even stay on Google Sites anymore. Like, it doesn't let you put images, like a full-width text box above images, 3 images stacked next to each other. Whereas Weebly did, and it lets you just drag the elements in. But that was what I did, and throughout September 2021. I continued to port content from the current version of the site, which was like 3.2, into a new version. I codenamed it Project Blue, whereas it was going to focus on making it more calm, which I never really went through with, but that was where the name Project Blue came from. And by October 2021, it was the middle of October, and I was doing it, and I just kind of stopped because I focused on other things like my channel. November came and went. In my domain, I published it, theiPhoneFan.com, on October 3rd, where you could access the 4.0 beta. So that went down because I failed to pay for my domain by November, so that went down. So my site went down. The upcoming version, which I just kind of abandoned. And by December, I was working on an update to version 3.4 to add new content and do some nice other things that I took from the Project Blue project. So, and I just realized this 2020, it was like December 29th, and I realized 2022 is coming up. Do I really want this to be the next version for 2022? So I went back to Weebly. I went back to 4.0. I went back to developing it. I added the content that I didn't have a chance to add in the last 2 months. I finished it. I got it completed December 30th. I spent the whole day building it. December 31st, a lot of the day building it. And that was how I was able to launch it in January 2022. And I was at the 6-month release cycle, which I continue to stay on. Like, I released 3.0 July, then 6 months later I launched 4.0 in January, 5.0 in July 2022. So for the next major version will be in January 2023, but I don't have any plans for that currently, and I'm not working on that because it's very far out. So that's how I did that. By January 2022, I made videos again, continuing to update my site. I took down the site for version 4.1 to update it, and my site was down for months. I remember it was like mid-February, and I was dragging an image, and I accidentally hit the publish button, and I couldn't cancel it in time. So I accidentally released the beta version of my site that was very unstable and was tested not at all. So I accidentally released that. So I did what I could to kind of hide the new changes. March 2022, I released it. Continue to do videos. Then by May 2022, I was working on 4.2, which I plan to add the new My Videos page to refine it and make it better. And some other nice stuff. So I got that done by May 27th. By June, I was uploading videos and iOS 16 came out. So that was it. So that's fun. And that's basically what's happened. Basically. So I do put a lot of energy in my site because that's what I like to do. I'm not going to force myself to make YouTube videos. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to make YouTube videos anymore. Sometimes I get ideas for videos, but I have a problem where I'm making a video and I focus on something else and then I totally abandon the video. So that's kind of something that is a problem that I'm trying to solve. I guess I'm gonna have to force myself to focus on one project at a time. Then I did this thing at the end of July where I'd upload. I limited myself to make one YouTube video per day, and I had to make one YouTube video per day. That's what I challenged myself to. So I already had two in advance, so I already had one in advance, so I could schedule after the upcoming one. So that's what I did, but I just kind of lost interest in doing that. But that doesn't mean I'm never going to do daily uploads again. Sometimes I have cycles for 2 weeks where I upload daily. So I'll definitely be doing that sometime again within the next 2 months. So that's basically my channel history. Thank you all for 200 subscribers. This is a 30-minute unscripted video where I don't have any actual content. I'm just telling my channel story. Because I do want to tell you guys that to thank you for 200 subscribers. And for the 100,000 views, I think we're at 84,000 or something. So I'm doing a Q&A video for that in November whenever I hit it. So if you want to submit a Q&A question, you can do so on my website, which is currently down, but I promise I'm gonna update it I'm gonna have it ready by this evening for launch. So that's the next version of my site is gonna have some new features, but that's in the channel related page category. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to ask in the comments about my channel's story. So I'd like to thank you all once again so much for 200 subscribers. And thank you guys for watching this video. Please somebody don't unsubscribe and get me below 200. But that's the end of the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and bye.